Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day 2 of our August 2023 release. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's brand new Gnome Dies Outdoor Add Ons along with the Sentiment Strip Dies, our Border Dies 2, our Gnome Dies, our Candy Bar Slider Die, our Tree Stump Die, along with our Scalloped and Stitched Circle Dies. And I did put together this gnome on the Gnome Dies Outdoor Add Ons assembly video, so check that out. All of these things were put together during that video, and everything will be listed on my blog of what I used. And I used the Happy Camper pad from Echo Park. I used P13 stamping pad skin tones. So first I'm starting with a piece of Paper Tray ink dark chocolate cardstock, and I'm scoring it at 5.5 inches. That's a 4.25 inches by 4.25 inches by 11 inches, scored at 5.5 inches. And there we go. So it's an A2 sized card front. I'm just getting off any of the hangers on there with my little sanding sponge. Now I am adding a piece of paper from that Happy Camper 6-inch pad from Echo Park, and it is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card front. So there we go. I'm just going to line that up. And now I have, this is the Candy Bar Slider. And I cut the dark chocolate cardstock to sort of mat it 1/8 of an inch larger. So it's just going to give you like just a tiny bit of a border. And that it'll just make it pop on the background a little bit. There we go. I like the stitching on that. And I'm just going to trim off the bottom. And I will have to trim off the overhang once I get it stuck down. So I'm just going to stick that down with some ATG tape. And I'm going to line that up in the center as well as I can. It's a cute pad. I think it's an oldie though, but like I said, you know, keep your eyes out. There's always camping pads out there, camping paper. Use whatever you can get and it'll work just fine. All paper companies, when they make a paper pad, they make them so all the papers in that pad coordinate, so it makes it easy for you. So now I'm trimming off the overhang with a pair of scissors. There we go. And now on the inside, I'm going to add a piece of Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock cut at 4 by 5.25 inches, and I'll stick that down with some ATG tape, just lining it up. There we go. And I have some paper to go on the inside. So first of all, I have a strip of ripe avocado paper, and that is from Paper Tray ink. And I'm going to stick that down. And I believe that is 1 inch. And then I'm going to add a 3/4 of an inch strip. This is a 1/2 inch strip, and then it'll go on a 3/4 of an inch strip or something like that. There we go. And then I'll add that to the inside, kind of layering it all up. So it's kind of fun. It's got the camping theme there. And I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors. There you go. And I like to decorate the inside a little bit, right? Now that sentiment is from the Happy Trails stamp set, and I cut it out with our sentiment strip die. So it's sort of the last half of a sentiment, right? So there we go. And it says, here's to many more adventures. So I was thinking of like an anniversary card is what I was going for. So I'm going to pop that down on the inside there. Those sentiment strip dies come in really handy. And there we go. So kind of fun. Now I'm just going to rescore the outside again. Now on the outside, I'm going to add in a piece of that ripe avocado cardstock from Paper Tray ink, and it's cut at 1/8 of an inch, or so it's like 5 1/8 inches wide, right? And then I used our Border Dies 2 to cut that hill, and I'm just putting that in behind that center strip. There we are. So kind of fun. Now I cut out all this grass, and that is all from the Tree Stump die. Little tufts of grass. Now this sentiment is also from that Happy Trails stamp set, and I cut it out with our Scalloped Circle dies, and then I cut out a stitch circle die to fit around the outside of that. So kind of fun. And now I'm going to pop up this little gnome. So I'm popping it up. And just for reference, that circle, that dark chocolate circle was cut with a 2-inch circle die. And then the scalloped one is just slightly shy of that. I didn't really measure that one, but just so you know. Okay, so I'm popping up that little gnome with these Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So I'm going to pop him up separate without his legs at first. Now his little hat is from that Echo Park Echo Park Happy Camper 6-inch pad, that tartan. His beard is cut out of Smoky Shadow cardstock from Paper Tray ink. I used White Daisy ink from Close to My Heart. It's just a pigment white ink to sort of edge it, just so it stands out. P13 stamping pad skin tones for his nose. Now, the little legs were cut out of that same pad. His boots were dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray ink, and the little treads on those boots were ripe avocado and then black for the little laces. So I'm just popping up these little legs with these little dimensionals. Now I have that little lantern that was cut out of pure poppy cardstock, American Crafts silver, white cardstock as well from Paper Tray ink. And I did use Copic markers to sort of color in, and you could watch me do that on the Gnome Dies Outdoor Add Ons assembly video, so you can check that out. I just try to make these videos a little bit quicker. I'm just assembling the card for you just to give you some ideas. There we go. And there are his little boots. I just think they're so cute. I love the hiking boots. Okay, so now he's got his little pile of logs that were cut out of dark chocolate cardstock and G-Man Tindalo cardstock from cutcardstock.com. I'm adding on his little axe that's cut out of dark chocolate and American Crafts silver cardstock and P13 stamping pad skin tones for the hand. Right, you can get that at Jaded Blossom now. Okay, now I'm popping up this little lantern underneath, just so when it's hanging off that gnome, it's flat. I will glue the top so it's sticking down onto the little beard there, and using Barely Art glue for that. And there you go. So isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. So now I'm going to pop up this I'm Lost Without You. I'll pop up about half of it, and then the rest will overlap the hat and glue down on top of that so everything remains perfectly flat. There we go, a little bit of Barely Art glue. So I'm Lost Without You. And then on the inside it says cheers to many more adventures. So you could put like happy anniversary in there, you know, to your hubby, something like that. Now I'm adding in these little pieces of grass that were cut out of that ripe avocado cardstock from Paper Tray ink. There you go. And I will let this grass hang off the bottom of the card, and I will trim it off once I'm done gluing them down. So just really easy peasy stuff, an easy, fast card. They don't all have to be super technical. Although, to be honest, you know, assembling all these little die cuts does take a while. So, you know, if I'd done that in the video would have been much longer. So like I said, check out, if you want to watch me putting that gnome together, check out the Gnome Dies Outdoor Add Ons assembly video. So there we go. It's under the playlists on the Jaded Blossom YouTube channel or the Leanne K YouTube channel. So check it out. You should make sure you're a follower, and then you can see when new videos pop up. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, Be Inspired, the Jaded Blossom store, to maybe get your hands on some of these amazing products. Everything goes for sale a la carte as of Thursday. And that's all, unless you wanted to get the Gotta Have It Now earlier. And that is all for now. So thank you so much for watching, and come back tomorrow. Bye, everybody.